right, guys, you're now tuned into the Mr. and Mrs. Goodbread show. I am honored and privileged to be talking to S. Williams, the mind, the man mindset.com.
What's going on, brother?
How you doing, man?
Shit, living in your world, man. Thanks for having me on, brother.
No doubt, man, no doubt. I know. How long you been doing the red pill thing?
Well, I'm not in the red pill. I'm I'm a man, so I've been doing this for over 30 years, man. Before there's pills and all the other stuff, man.
Right, right. So I watched your video earlier, and I kind of dig what you said about. It's more so about being on your purpose. It's always, I try to tell the guys over here that your purpose is everything. Like without purpose, a man is lost. And we see that in an example with the Cain and Abel story. You know what I mean? A lot of people would like to take that story and flip it and make it like it's only about, you know what I mean, thy brother or thy sister, sibling wise, but it goes for us as men, us as sisters. You know, the karma to being evil and taking that bait for Cain God took his purpose. He stripped him from his purpose, and he sent them to the land to be lost.
Yeah, well, because when you say purpose, be on your purpose. What is your definition of being on your purpose?
Purpose, of course, is a fancy term. You know what I mean? That's fancy, but all that is you got to be grinding. You got to be trying to be. You got to be trying to become the best. Creating. You got to be creating. We're gonna skip all of the fancy cliches. You got to be creating at all times.
Now, is this for women or is this for yourself?
I take this for the guy, for the man, especially for the man. The man.
Okay. Yeah, well, again, but purpose to me is more responsibility. You're supposed to, get a better job. You're supposed to make money. If you want to work out, you're supposed to do all that stuff. You're supposed to, work out, get your clothes right, and all that other stuff. But that doesn't make you a man. That's just something that you do. It's not who you are. It's just something that you do, man.
You're right. So, in your definition, what are some things that make you a solid man?
What are some things that make me solid? Whew, where do you want to start? Okay, well, there's a lot of things because I stand on my my laws, rules, codes, and behaviors. I stand on my square at all times. I live in the world of me. Thing about me, I'm a kind of man that sees the big picture. I think strategically. I have vision. I have direction. I think critically. I'm clear, concise, and impactful. I'm arrogant. I'm all about me. I focus on results. I drive results. I get things done. I take risks. I'm very decisive, very aggressive. Um, just working on me all day. Set clear expectations for myself. I don't worry about the next man. I only worry about what I got to do. So, I mean, it's tons of things, but that's just the gist of it, man.
That's amazing right there. You mentioned all the qualities of God in a biblical sense. And that's what I try to tell my guys. My guys, you have to be you got to make yourself an alpha man. You got to.
Well, it's hard to. Well, a lot of people can't make themselves alpha because they don't know. They don't understand manhood. A lot of people don't understand manhood. So it's hard to make yourself something that when you don't know what it is, especially the way the climate is going today, where everybody, like you're saying, they just stuck on catchphrases and words, and they're not looking at the meaning of the words and stuff. Big dog.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And I catch myself, even though I know better, you know what I mean? But a lot of the guys that I try to teach and I try to just show, not even teach, because really it's at the point where you can't teach nobody. You can't teach this. Like we in the manosphere and in the brother in the alpha sphere, we all teach the same stuff. We all know the same principles. And I try to tell these guys that it's all about Proverbs 7, man. It's all about knowing that these outlets that these outlets that we have, your podcast, my podcast, me coming up, this is all the information they need to know to be aware of the adulterous woman and the woman with the wave of words. So once they're aware and they know what they dealing with, they could do a better thing. Like me, for instance, I try not to. I don't consider myself a offensive dating coach, or I don't. I can't teach guys how to get a girl. I can teach guys how to have a girl want them, but I can't teach you how to get a girl. So I don't really consider myself a offensive coach. I'm more on the defensive side of things. Like, what I mean, it's always balance in the world. You got up, you got down, you got left, you got right. So I try to teach them the defense. Once you identify what you're working with, you halfway there.
Oh, what do you mean by identify what you're dealing with? What do you mean by that?
Once you identify once you identify the spirits that you're dealing with, and I'm not trying to go all crazy and go all off, but what I mean, we all know that in my world, and the way I put it, it's 71% women out there that have taken the bait, what I mean, offered to them by, what I mean, the people that don't want to do right in society, what I mean, that go against all the things that's right. They took that bait and they're suffering. You know what I mean? So I try to teach my guys how to identify those women. You know what I mean? They come in 5 tiers. I got a video I'll put in the bottom of the description here. I'll put it in the description of this stream right here. But I got a video where I break down the 5 tiers, and it's quite simple. The 5 tiers is, you got your Miss Independent. Those are your girls that took the bait of going to level up and to go do their thing and not learn how to take care of who they eventually gonna want in life, which is the alpha man. Then you have those women that's just out here, that's for a fact selling their soul. Those are your OnlyFans girls and your prostitutes. Then we have your fake religious girls. Those are the girls that go to church every day and sit there and idolize a priest who is just making money. Then you have, what I mean, who am I leaving out? You have your it girl. Those are the younger girls. Those are your baby wave, finger waves and eyelashes and the thotty look. You got those running around. So once you identify those girls and you know what you're dealing with, you pretty much set free, because it is a 29%. 3 out of the 10 women you'll meet is that traditional Eve type spirit girl. You know what I mean? Then the other 7 out of 10 will have that Lilith spirit. They taking the bait. So it's impossible for them to see a man as a trying man or as an alpha man. It's impossible. So dudes that like chasing those women, they doomed to fail.
Well, I don't think they're necessarily doomed to fail. I don't know about the spirits and all that stuff, but they're not necessarily doomed to fail. A woman can't do anything a man won't allow her to do. So it doesn't matter what she is at the end of the day. If she's not following my program, I'm moving on. I mean, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I don't care enough about women to try to bend over and prove myself to them. Regardless if they're the 5 you call, or 10 or 15 or 20 different kind of women, it doesn't really matter to me. As long as she follow my program, we good. But if she doesn't, I'm just cutting her off and moving on.
And see, that's what we try to teach the guys. That's what we try to teach the guys. You got to have that mindset right there. But a lot of guys fall victim to it. They choose the wrong girl. They choose the entitlement girl.
Well, they don't necessarily choose the wrong girl. They choose the wrong self. See all this stuff. The game has nothing to do with women. The women have nothing to do with this. They're a perk. There's nothing to do with this game. So when a guy chooses a bad woman, the woman isn't bad. It's just what he chooses for himself is not good. So he'll put up with her smart mouth, her disrespect, and all that other stuff that she does. He'll put up with all that. But a real man ain't gonna put up with that. He's not at all. So I can't blame women. I love to blame women, but I can't. I cannot blame women for anything, because they just gonna move on how the man moves. So if the man ain't moving like a man, she gonna see him as weak.
And that's a fact though. That's a fact. Feminine energy cannot be feminine to feminine energy. You know what I mean? Feminine energy is gonna always turn masculine to feminine energy. But
Yeah.
that's that's crazy right there. But you know what I mean? I don't know how much time you have, but I don't want to hold you up. Like I said, it's been a pleasure. You got any last things you want to say
Nah,
to the crowd? That
nah. Thanks for having me on for real quick. Yeah, no. You holding it down. Do your thing, big dog. Do your thing, my brother.
what's your channel? Any what's your channel?
No, the manmindset.com. Yeah, the man mindset right there. The manmindset.com is a channel and stuff. So they can go there and get all the information they need on there and stuff like that, big dog. Yeah, absolutely. But I appreciate you having me on and stuff, man.
No doubt, it's an honor, man, because I'm a millennial, so I preach all the time, learning from the older G's, and
Mhm.
you know what I mean, always respecting the foundation. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the millennials, they got a problem with that. Like they can't
Uh,
take criticism, they can't take they
yeah, that's 100, brother. You can't you said it no better. I can't say shit. You said it. You hit it, man. That's it.
all right, man. It's been a pleasure, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man.
100. Thanks for having me on, brother.
No doubt.